What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at Artistic Gamer 28. That is Scott Savage. You can find him at Savage. Scott, what's up, buddy?
Oh, looking forward to getting into another day of news, but it seems like it's a little quieter now. Are we at the end of the super surge?
I doubt it, dude. E3 is just around the corner, so I don't anticipate anything getting any. Well, you know what? You'll get maybe a little lighter on the day or two before, and then we'll get blasted at E3 time, and then it'll go completely dead silent for a little bit. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? You always get that rush and surge into it because you get leaks, you get all kinds of who knows what is going to be happening. And then from there, well, it kind of gets quiet after E3 a little bit, right? But a little lighter today in the world of news, but we got some big topics, just like Mass Effect sets new records, Twitch is dropping its price for subs, and what's the future of WB games? Dude, those are some big things going on this week, that's for sure. Those are not light topics. But if you can't join us live every day while we're here, then, well, don't forget to go to twitch.tv/theofficialitg. From there, you can go to insidethegame.ca. Check us out on YouTube, podcast services around the world, and, of course, TV streaming networks. Scott, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's get it started.
All right, let's do it, because Twitch is reducing the price of subscriptions in some countries. So this is definitely what I want to talk about, dude, because this is huge for a lot of people, right? Twitch is taking steps to level out the cost of subscriptions internally or internationally, and has announced a change to subscription prices in efforts to make them equally affordable around the world. Traditionally, tier 1 subscriptions on Twitch have set you back a flat, well, we'll say, right, this is US price at $4.99. It's more like $7 or $6 or $7.99 over here in Canada. No matter where you are in the world, now in efforts to make things fair on international communities. Dude, so this is affecting the US streamer community. That's the biggest thing. Twitch will cover 100% of baseline channels and Prime sub revenue if needed for 3 calendar months, including the month of the price change, the company said. After that, we will slowly decrease incentive payments by 25% every 3 months over the following 9 months, totaling a 12-month period of providing revenue adjustment incentives. So basically, dude, they're knocking the price down around the world. So they're going to have a flat fee of $4.99. That is unheard of, because normally right now, like I said, we're paying, what, like $7.99 or $6.99 for a Twitch sub. So to see that drop, and when people rely on that, Scott, they're already set at where they're expecting to make revenue. So you have a big streamer, and we just go a flat fee across the board now, $4.99 everywhere. That's a huge drop for a lot of people, buddy.
Yeah, it works out. I believe Twitch takes about a 50% take. So if these numbers to begin with start falling, then that it affects both Twitch and the content creator, because 50% of a smaller number is understandably a smaller number for both parties. Dude, and that's where a lot of people are really worried.
No, absolutely.
That's the angle that I've seen. I've seen from the streamers' perspective, they're not certain what this all means, but it seems bad either way.
So do you think that Twitch should maybe cut their percentage that they take as well?
Well, that would be a safe way of doing it. Cut into their own profit to kind of change the environment how they wish it looked. But I'm not quite sure if that would really achieve much for anybody at that point, though.
Well, the problem is right now, everybody's set at getting fluctuated incomes, right? Because when we get a sub over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, it could be at $4.99 in the US, and then it could be at $7.99 over here, and then over in some other country, it could be set at a different price. Now they want to go one flat fee. So I wonder how many Twitch streamers, like, it doesn't really affect us. I'm going to be completely honest. It really doesn't, right? But when it comes to the bigger streamers, like when you get into Dr. Lupo and like all of those guys, like Shroud, Ninja, how much of their income is based off of Twitch subs, and how much do they lose now?
Yeah, and some being more international than others are going to feel it immediately.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out. The Twitch community, I don't think, is receiving this all that comfortably, they're gonna have a bit of a backlash going on, I think, within the community of Twitch streamers. We've seen a lot of people jump on Twitch now because of the pandemic, and you're starting to see the rise of Twitch once again soar to huge numbers. But dude, it seems like lately they just keep kind of stepping things back and back and back, and I wonder if that opens up the door then for things like YouTube or Facebook gaming.
Yeah, I was just going to say, quick, everybody make it to Mixer. But that one didn't stand the test of time.
And I can't believe that, honestly, that Mixer is gone. Like, I thought they had a solid platform. I love the interaction over there and the opportunities that Mixer was bringing to the platform and the competition it brought to Twitch. But Twitch is such a big juggernaut that they even got rid of Mixer. Like, that's huge.
Maybe this will spawn some sort of secondary option. That's my hopeful take anyways, is if Twitch gets a little rocky, if people don't like how it's working, then maybe a competitor will spring up that could bring something new to the table and help out the entire scene. But
sure,
for now it's kind of just Twitch town, so it's hard to say. What they do is going to kind of set the standard.
I would think so, right? So, yeah, it seems like they're at the top right now. Who can take them down? Well, we've seen people try, but no one's actually overthrown them as of yet. But let's see what's going on in the world of WB Games to be broken up in Warner Media and Discovery merge. Dude, this is it's quite the article, so let's go through this one. WB Games will apparently be broken up as parent company AT&T plans to merge its Warner Media arm in with Discovery. And the future of its 11 game studios is uncertain, Scott. Uncertain with these other studios. The merge is set to fuse both companies together to create a new premier standalone global entertainment company that is likely looking to revival that of Amazon and Netflix. Like, we've seen the two big competitors out there, Netflix being obviously the biggest one, I would say, at this point, but these ramifications on the game development studios under AT&T's ownership. So there's the biggest thing, I think, when it comes to our world, Scott, is what's going on. The Warner Media and Discovery deal is expected to close in mid-2022, and we'll see AT&T receive $43 billion, Scott.
Holy.
Like, man. But okay, so now let's get into it, okay? What's going on? Warner Media, with all their game studios, kind of leaves everything up in the air. Now, it says that some studios will actually transition over into the merge, but other studios will not. Warner has a pretty extensive selection of game studios under its umbrella: Rocksteady, NetherRealm, Monolith, TT Games, Avalanche Studios, and W Games Montreal, Boston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, and New York. Dude, there's a lot of studios there. A lot of people are probably right now are very uncertain where they stand when it comes to making their games. It's very unclear what the future looks like for the platform when it comes to WB Games and where they're going to rest. I'm concerned to see where some of these studios wind up, Scott. Like, what? Okay, now we've seen, obviously, as of lately too, the fact that Xbox is on a studio spending spree. What if, Scott, what if they pick up Rocksteady?
Yeah, well, it's absolutely possible.
Dude, like, they have some of the biggest games around. They're looking to work towards first-party studios, so they have first-party games to bring you over to the Xbox and really the Game Pass side of their platforms. So how do you do that? You have some of the biggest games in the world, and you own those games, and you can only get those games on one side only. So now what? Scott, do you think Sony's going to come in and sweep up any of these studios at all?
I think they will make an offer, whether it's intentional to grab it or perhaps it's just to kind of raise what Xbox has to offer as well, in a bidding war kind of sense. I could see that at the very least.
Oh man, a bidding.
But there's a lot of studios here, and even if half of them remain Warner Brother or they stay AT&T, then that still leaves quite a lot of studios in the balance.
Absolutely, right? Like, what happens to the future of Suicide Squad, Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights? Like, there's so many games right now, they're just kind of at a question of what's happening. And with the patent as well as the Nemesis system, where does that lie then too? Like, what, dude? And I still can't believe no one else has really used that Nemesis system whatsoever.
Well, that's what the patent is for, right? It's to keep it locked under their use only, which as a consumer hurt a little bit.
Well, absolutely. It was such a great system. What a mechanic in the game that was. That was so cool. But
yeah. The more you think about it, the worse it gets. Imagine an Assassin's Creed, but with no targets off the start. They're just reactive to you, and they power up based on your moves. There's a lot you could do with that system.
Dude, Ubisoft's smart over there. They gotta be able to come up with some kind of system to kind of make a backdoor entrance into that thing and have a capitalized system to go along with that, because that'd be a great addition to the world of Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see what the future lies there. It's definitely a lot to kind of take over, and it's like some of the studios are going to go with them and then some are not. So what happens to everybody else? And honestly, when they do transition over, what does the future look like for those studios being taken over too? Are they going to have the higher ups say, no, you're now doing this? Like, that's always a scary thing too, to transition over.
Yeah, it's uncertain at the very least.
Absolutely. But what seems to be certain right now is Mass Effect Legendary Edition sets new BioWare concurrent player record on Steam. BioWare's latest remaster hasn't even been out a week already, and it's making an impact on the games industry. Between changing Tally's photo in Mass Effect 3 and giving players the opportunity to import Shepard's face via face codes. Dude, I didn't try that. We'll talk about this in a second. It's safe to say that the game's given the iconic series a bit of a much-needed spit and polish. Right now, they have concurrent players of almost 60,000 people over on Steam. It's nice to see BioWare make somewhat of a comeback, because let's be honest, they've been struggling as of late, Scott. Like, Anthem, dude, like we haven't talked about Anthem in a long time, and I didn't know if we actually talk about it again, but here we are. So Anthem gone, right? But it's nice to see that Mass Effect has swept in and is working on kind of revitalizing where BioWare stands, and it's a whole new team over there too. So that, like, we talked about that a long time ago on the actual show inside the game. And Nate mentioned that maybe some of this new blood is a good thing to bring over to revitalize some of this stuff. What do you think the future of BioWare looks like now, Scott?
Oh, well, hopefully this kind of spurs on a realization. There's a lot of IPs that haven't been touched in a long time. In Mass Effect's case, of course, there was Andromeda, but
sure,
that was widely
disappointing
panned and just not quite what it was meant to be. So
for sure,
to see Mass Effect still is popular, there is still a fan base and people were hungry for more.
Yeah,
I think that's a good sign, and I really hope that kind of brings the studio in the right direction, and perhaps they bring back some of their lesser known titles, but now with the confidence that maybe there are a lot of fans out there for it.
Oh, absolutely. I think so. And then Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, is also getting a patch that adds visual improvements, fixes Xbox headset bug, which actually Nate has had this issue. So if you have a wireless headset, it's actually crashing your game, bringing you right back to the home screen of Xbox.
Oh.
So, they've done a bunch of changes. It's an 11 gig update. It's a quite sizable patch, but it sounds like it's much needed too. And they'll be working on some of the eyes and things like that. So it's good to see. It's definitely welcomed and much needed, I think. But at the same time, it's nice to see that BioWare is actually in the spotlight for a good reason for once.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest thing. And what's not what I don't know if is going to be a good thing or not, Scott, is EA patents. Dude, it aims to let you choose your own Battle Pass rewards. Are you like, okay, yeah, interesting little thing that they're trying to patent now. So Electronic Arts has filed a patent for a different kind of Battle Pass, one that will allow you to decide which arm you want to take when it comes to the world of your rewards, Scott. We've all seen the Battle Passes with Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Halo, like all that stuff is there, right? Battle Passes aren't going anywhere, but now they're looking at rearming how you are actually going to do this situation, and you're able to pick and choose which piece of the battle pass you want to get. Like, that kind of loses the purpose of the way you want to grind out a battle pass.
Yeah, it's a little strange. It's hard to picture for me quite now, but it makes me wonder, what if there was a way of choosing your pool of loot box? This is some uneasy territory. I don't
Yep.
like the ideas I'm having right now, but
Ah,
what say for Rainbow Six,
sure.
if you could just choose weaponry or character skin or a
Gotcha.
category like that to kind of narrow down what your possibilities are,
Yeah.
maybe that's useful. But then again, I don't really want to see new vitality brought into loot boxes. I quite wish for the opposite.
Loot boxes and EA they never go well together, right? So it's a bit of a scary situation when it comes to the world of what they're up to, and I'm curious to see how that pans out, and then for that fact that they actually bring it over, and what's the cost then of that version of the battle pass? Are we now $20 a battle pass or $25 because you're able to kind of pick and choose the content you want, but yet you don't get everything? Or are they going to actually lessen the value cost at like maybe $5 so you can pick up to maybe 4 items or 5 items, right? Definitely curious to see how this is going to pan out. And it's just, dude, this could be a real big mess.
Or you just made me think of another option. Is this going to be a scalable battle pass where perhaps there is a $5 version or a $20 version,
Yeah.
and that limits your access to certain levels of certain tiers of upgrade?
Oh man, I don't know. The Food joins us over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG and says, I like the new battle pass idea. Food, get out of our chat. You don't belong there. No, I'm just kidding, dude. You're always welcome. You know that. Dude, I'm really curious to see how this pans out. I'm not feeling it. I don't have the faith in EA to do this right, I guess is really what it comes down to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, as we've seen in the past, everything can look great, and then we still get left with an Anthem.
Yeah. Oh, it's a heartbreak, man. That is absolutely a heartbreak. But let's get into something new from the world. The SteelSeries announces the Nimbus Plus with up to 4 months free of Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade is Apple's popular gaming subscription service that offers unlimited access to a growing collection of over 180 premium games, all without ads or in-app purchases. The service includes an incredible variety of gaming experiences, features over 100 controller-supported titles like the NBA 2K Arcade Edition, Fantasia, World of Demons, Star Trek Legends, and Sonic Racing, and dude, the Pathless. Like, that is freaking cool. So I'm excited to see how this goes. But building off the success of the wildly popular original Nimbus controller, the Nimbus Plus wireless gamepad controller helps bring gaming to the next level on iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Mac, and Apple TV, with ergonomic design, ultra responsive triggers and buttons, and a range of Apple connectivity options. The Nimbus Plus adds a bevy of new features, including clickable joysticks. That's good to hear. Like, that's definitely a needed thing. New Hall effect triggers and a new 50-hour battery, which is awesome, dude. Additionally, the Nimbus Plus includes the Nimbus Plus iPhone mount, which allows users to attach their iPhone directly onto the controller, allowing them to play games comfortably. The Nimbus Plus Apple Arcade bundle represents an incredible customer experience and arrives at the perfect time with the rollout of 5G happening around the world, said Craig Olson, SteelSeries president and Worldwide Mobile. SteelSeries and Apple have a storied history of innovation and collaboration, including the introduction of the Stratus, the Apple MFI approved wireless gamepad controller back in 2014, and the launch of Nimbus, which was introduced alongside Apple TV HD in 2015. Specifically designed for the Apple TV, the Nimbus controller was crafted to look, feel, and perform like first-party console gamepad, featuring superb analog sticks, a new Bluetooth gaming module, and touch-sensitive D-pads, face buttons, and triggers. Dude, you can get this thing right now. You can order it $69.99 US. I am looking forward to actually checking this out.
Yeah, and it looks pretty interesting. It's giving me an Xbox Cross Switch controller.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It kind of appears to be both at the same time, but it looks like nice high quality, and I like the face buttons actually, the A, B, X, Y, as it was taught to me from Xbox. I prefer that layout much better.
Yeah, for sure. Scott, we're getting late in the show like we always do, but why don't you kick us off? What game announcements and what games are coming out today?
All right. Well, we have a lot of announcements here to get through, so I'm going to try and hit some quickly. But we have the return of Miitopia on the Nintendo Switch. Now, Miitopia was one of the most unexpected surprises from Nintendo's first-party lineup to get a Switch release now. And that is Nintendo's strange kind of Sims, kind of life simulator adventure. It's getting a new chance at a new audience. It had originally released on the 3DS. And this version, coming to the Switch, will release on May 21st this year. And that is about 4 years since the original release.
Wow.
The Switch port was announced during a Nintendo Direct in February, and it will feature all new customization options. So they are adding more to this version of the game.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm completely over the Miis. Get rid of these things. Nintendo needs to come out with some kind of other avatar system. I can't stand these things personally. I'm so done with them. I want something else, man. Nintendo's a fantastic company, but these things just don't cut it, man. Not today.
Well, remember when Xbox was so intimidated by the Miis, they acquired them themselves.
Yeah, I know.
The avatar system in the Xbox, though, is very underused.
Just awful.
Perhaps that's an indicator of their popularity, but we'll have to see in the case of Miitopia. I mean, there's a lot of Switch users that might be looking for this kind of hub. But we have some other announcements here. Samurai Showdown. That's one that whooped me when it comes to Stadia. Samurai Showdown comes to the Steam system in June.
Nice. And
it will release on Steam in June 14th. And it will also have a new character, DLC in the form of Shiro Amakusa. I think I have that right.
You probably did way better than I could do.
But this version, this latest Samurai Showdown game, self-titled, is coming to Steam in June. And that is approximately a year after it has been on the Epic Games Store and about 2 years after it had launched on console.
I was going to say, initially it launched on Stadia, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I thought I remembered that as well. But it seems to be popular enough to be getting out there slowly.
That's cool.
Chivalry 2 has an open beta, and that begins on May 27th. And that is available basically where Chivalry 2 demos can be found. That is on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S. And I believe this one is, well, a cross-play beta. They want to see how each of these consoles interact and make sure that system works out really well.
I'm glad they're doing that.
Great. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I've been prepared to pop the champagne and declare the end of the console wars for quite a long time now.
Yeah.
Now we have a few releases here, but it looks like the picks are pretty light today, actually, as far as console releases go. I think we've seen just weeks and weeks of huge, heavy traffic, so this one comes slightly underwhelming to me. But there is the PC release of Days Gone and Galactic Mining Corp also coming to the PC.
Nice.
Showrunner is coming to Switch now. And Void Terrarium Plus comes to the PS5.
Very good, buddy. Dude, you just reviewed Days Gone for us. Now you can go check that out over at InsideTheGame.ca or on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go check out that and support Scott's version and what he thought of Days Gone hitting the world of PC. Dude, you ready to wrap up the show today?
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Just like always. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. Of course, you can join us live every day, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg. But if you can't join us live, no big deal. Hit us up at insidethegame.ca, YouTube, podcast services, or you can always check us out over on your TV. That's right, we are live over on TV every single day on your streaming platforms. Until tomorrow, everybody, we'll see you inside the game.